Hello and welcome back to another episode of Godforsaken Customs. Today we're in the garden. We're going to show you what we've got going on. So we've got some surviving plants from this year and we've got some plants we've got to take care of today. So it's early September. We have had some -5 frosts already. So it is unfortunately killing a few of our plants that we've got going on this year. So let's show you a bit of what we've got going on. So we've got our carrots, which are going to be staying in for a bit longer. We also have over here our sprouts, which are going to stay in a bit longer, and our kale varieties. I can't unfortunately tell you the name of all of them because I can't remember. That's a specialty of Kim's here. So we are actually going to be making kale chips from this kale, so they're going to be coming up very, very soon. Cabbages, they are to remain here a bit longer too. Potatoes, obviously, they need a bit longer. So we also have a bit of lettuce that's overdone, which kindly goes through with the sheep, the ram and the chickens, and Bunny Bob. Everybody gets a share of the lettuce. Unfortunately, as you can see, the frost has got to our plants here, so our flowers are dying, and also our variety of, I think they were melons when we picked them up, but they haven't done too well, so they are going to be coming up today. In the greenhouse here we have a variety of peppers going on, a squash plant. We did have some other cucumbers that were here, but they've gone already. They were taking up this entire space here, so nothing else was getting a chance to grow. We have quite a lot of tomato plants here, so with these you can see the frost has got to them, so we're going to take off all the nice little red ones we have here. Also, we have some very nice big green tomatoes here, so they are not going to get a chance to turn red now because the frost is here and it's only going to start getting worse. So we're going to take these off too, and we have a recipe for some green tomato salsa that we are going to make. So this is our squash here. We have had another 2 squashes off at this size. So a fairly good crop this year. On this side we have some more tomatoes, so we will be doing the same with these guys, taking off what fruit we have and pulling the plants because they're no good anymore. We also, this has been a really good cucumber plant this year. We've had probably, let's think, 6 cucumbers, maybe this big, and it's done a really good crop, but as you can see, again, like everything else, it's dying, so, and there's no more fruit left on it, so I think we've had our harvest, so we'll get rid of that one too. Over here we have one of my favourite chili plants, which has got a beautiful red one on there. Also a couple of green guys. The rest of them are producing some kind of fruit, but again, it's been a strange year, so some things have grown, some things haven't. So in here we have, again, some more chilies or peppers or whichever they are. But these, we got these from a friend of Kim's down in Spencer's Bridge. Jules, thank you very much. We've been doing our best to try and grow something from them, and as you can see, we've got something going on. This guy, we did pull a quite nice sized courgette. Oh, sorry, zucchini. I should call it zucchini. You guys call it zucchini here. We pulled a nice sized one off this morning, but this guy is kind of, as you can see, kind of done with now, so we'll get rid of this. This was originally in a pot outside in the garden, which wasn't doing too good. Put it in here in the dirt, and we got some fruit, which was awesome. So over here we have a much bigger zucchini going on with a few, which we should start to pull off soon, but we're going to leave this one in here and just cover it over during the frost because this one's doing pretty good, so hopefully we can keep it going. We also have I believe these were squashes, but they haven't done anything. As you can see, the frost has got to these, so these are going to go. So with all these things we're pulling out the ground today, we'll put some into compost, but usually we spare it out, like I said, between the sheep, the ram, the rabbit and the chickens. So here we've got some peas. We have pulled a few crops off already, but we still got more to do. We would have had more peas this summer, however the sheep did get in early spring and eat a load of the peas, so we're a little bit short, but we have, as you can see, got quite a few going on. We've also got some really nice sized turnips here and a whole load of Swiss chard, which you've probably noticed is all over the garden, but everything has struggled this year due to the wildfires and the smoke. It blocks out the sun for a period of time, and you kind of need the sunlight to help everything grow, so it's been struggling, but we're getting to the end of the season now, so everything's got to come up, be harvested, get out all the fruit and vegetables out the ground. We've got to process everything, get the ground back to normal, start digging again. And what we do pull out the garden here, we can and we preserve, so everything is used, nothing's wasted.
Well, thanks for taking us around the garden, Emma. It's also Emma's birthday today, so happy birthday to Emma. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing later on for it, but we'll work something out, I'm sure. But yeah, next video sequence is going to be the next leg of our journey, and takes us where no man has been before. Well, good morning, ladies and gents. Just driving around Alberta this morning. We have been off of YouTube the last sort of week. We've just shut it down and kept it to ourselves, but had to fire it up again today. We've just stumbled across the town of Vulcan, and obviously major Star Trek location. Not sure if any of you are interested in that. I was as a small boy, used to watch a lot of Star Trek, so yeah, had to stop in. There's museums, there's all sorts, so we're going to have a walk around while we're here. It's not a huge town, but looks like there's a fair amount of interesting stuff to see. So there's lots of signs here about the solar energy and saying about how the potential for solar energy here in the prairies is absolutely massive, and that they're not working on it as much as they should be, but they are getting there. But just look at the solar panels in this place. Greetings, welcome to Vulcan, third planet from the sun, North American continent, province of Alberta, county of Vulcan. Live long and prosper. much.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming in.
Well, they got some stuff in there. A little bit of everything. Signed everything. Even the mayor of this town dresses up in Star Trek gear and has a picture of himself in there. They've had Leonard Nimoy here. It was a pretty interesting place. I'm not going to lie, I don't know anything about modern Star Trek, like I said, but used to watch it back in the day. I don't know if you've noticed, but even the street lights here are Star Trek themed. Both sides of the street got the Starship Enterprise light in the way, all the way down through. Me up, Hammer. So tonight we'll be having soft tacos, spinach, cheese, Frank's hot sauce, red peppers, and some beef we got on tap. Looking forward to it.
Me too.
Aren't they ever? The sandhill cranes are gone. Yes, I know. I know. Yes, I know. Well, it's potato day today, and as you can see, we're most of the way up through this row already. We've got 2 boxes, more or less full. We sort them into big ones and smaller ones. The smaller ones go for people who need them, and the bigger ones obviously stay for keeping us going for the winter. But yeah, coming on nicely. We've got another 4 rows here, and we've got another whole load of rows there, another whole load of rows there. So yeah, should have plenty of them by the time we get to the end. The weather has been a bit iffy today. Got the generator running because solar panels just aren't picking up very well. But yeah, let's get some potatoes dug and see where it gets to. Right, Dang? Well, there you go. Although it was snowing this morning, the sun's come out now. Still only about 10 degrees out here, but getting on through these potatoes. That's what a row looks like. Gonna have a fair few £100 here, and that's always a good thing because they've got to last us the winter. As you can see, we've got a bit of scab on some of these, and there's no big deal when you peel them. There's no difference, but it means we can't grow potatoes in this one spot for another 5 years. What the deal is, there's sawdust in the bed there, and that's what's caused this. But yeah, a lot of potatoes. Anything spare goes to the local food bank because sharing is caring, and out here it's all about paying it forward. Well, we got 1 or 2. Yellows are looking pretty good. This bed of reds are looking pretty good. We love potatoes. Well, it's been another busy day in the garden.
And fear not, Emma hasn't just been doing potatoes all day. We had a very special dinner this evening, and beyond that, there's an even more special birthday gift event organised very kindly by some friends of ours. And don't tell Emma, but we're going to be going horseback riding the Chilcotin out here, and I know that's something she's really looking forward to. She's just in the cabin now lighting a fire, so that's why I'm out here doing this message, so she can't hear me. But yeah, that's a lot of potatoes, sackfuls and sackfuls, some for the food bank, plenty for us, and plenty for anybody else who needs them. There's other things to be harvested in the garden, but not yet. Now I should probably address the next video. At this point in the journey, we had some work arrangements in Alberta lined up, if you will, and it was around this point in the journey we realised that it wasn't going to be working out. So yeah, this is when we had to take another leap of faith. We were really starting to run low on funds at the time, but we had to make a decision, and the decision was to keep going on the road. And that led us to Head Smashed in Buffalo Jump Provincial Park today. And for those who didn't know, the buffalo jumps is where they used to drive the buffalo off the side of the hills here, and obviously that's the way they harvested them. It's a lot easier than chucking spears and bows and arrows and whatever else back then. And yeah, now it's a provincial park, and just look at this place. We're going to try and do some fishing in a minute. We're just heading on through, and yeah, had to stop in, another free one, so. I just want to see it's got a planning notice. A violation notice. This house was built without a building permit, which is required under bylaw number 34598/2015 Development Housing. Made it. Just about. Well, as you probably guessed, we know nothing about fishing. We have taught ourselves how to cast in the last few days, and that's about all we know. I'd like to give a shout out to Emma's mum. She actually provided us with the fishing rod and fishing gear that we've got right now, and we currently have a license for Alberta and a wind card, which you have to apply for. You have to go to like a Canadian Tire or another registered outlet, I guess, and I didn't think I was going to get the wind card. I thought I was going to have to pay more, but they issued us a wind card and then gave us the license on the top, which was about $80, which is kind of a lot of money, but that'll last us all year. And next we'll have to get one as we go back into BC, but going back into BC, we were talking about it down by that river while we sat there fishing, and a couple overheard us and they came on over and they told us about a place called Pocahontas, so we'll be checking that out. According to them, it's got some of the best drinking water in the Rockies, but we'll see about that when we get there, I guess. Just going to do a quick walk through of the fishing gear we got. It's nothing particularly exciting. Got it all from Walmart. The rod here is a South End Neutron, and being as we've been in Parkland Prairies, which is the fishing zone, everything's done by flies at the moment. There's no bait in Parkland Prairies at all at the moment. They're trying to restock everything. Basically everything's been overfished, and if it's not been overfished, there's been had a lot of competition from different types of fish in the same rivers, and if it's like being a gardener. If you plant a whole load of carrots too close together, they'll grow too small. So like this is what's happening with the fish here, and they're doing a lot for different things to try and control it, but we will be moving into Eastern Slopes, which is another fishing zone, if you will, sport fishing, sport hunting zone, I don't know what you'd call it, but that's got you're allowed to use bait there, so be interested to see whether we'll do any better. We haven't caught anything at all yet. Can't even catch a cold. But still trying to learn about things, playing with floats and weights and different types of flies and whatever else. And a little box of stuff as well. We have got some stuff. We've got some gulp bait, some trout mallows, boxes of weights, numerous rubbery dingly things, pair of pliers, knife obviously. I did go out and buy a few more extra things, like some more fancy things like that for catching trout supposedly, who knows, floats, extra line, and actually the one we've had the most bites with is this scruffy little sinker here, but every time we get a bite with it, you start to fight the fish and you set the hook and everything goes alright, and then halfway through it all goes loose, and when you pull it up the hook's bent open. So I don't know whether we need a stronger hook. I don't know what kind of fish we're even trying to pull up here, but they feel like they're massive. I have done a bit of fishing now and again. You've done a bit.
I've done a bit back in the time.
But yeah, never anything like this, and we've always gone with people who know what they're doing. But we are learning, we're having fun, it is great. We've even got just, you know, random, I don't even know what you call most of these things, but we've even got the bottle cap lure, which is tangled up in my spare line right now, because my box is an absolute mess. Yeah, bottle cap lure, which we've seen people using. That's the only reason we picked it up. We've been going fishing in places where there's obviously other people fishing, and watch and learn. They're doing a lot better than us. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know if they are putting bait on their stuff as well, but they shouldn't be, according to the regulations book, which you'll get when you go to Canadian Tire or wherever else too. But yeah, just to walk you through what we got. Like I said, we're just playing at it. Oh, we've even got a little filleting knife.
For when we do catch something.
If we ever catch anything. But yeah, just having fun with it. Not something we've done a lot of before, but out here, how could you not? Pretty well everywhere we go, you can fish. Very few areas we haven't been able to yet. There's a lot of things like whirling disease out here, which means it's a bacterial infection or something, as far as I'm aware, that affects like salmon type fish. And if they've got it, you'll see them spinning around in circles in the river, and I don't even know whether you're supposed to eat it or not. It doesn't say whether it affects humans, but
there's always caution signs.
Yeah, it makes no difference to us because we're not going to catch them. But every time you fish in a river with whirling disease or any other river, you've got to take all your gear, wash it, dry it before you take it into any other river, because they don't want spreading the things. The whole of Canada is plagued by, you know, spreading of diseases and tree funguses and everything like that because of people just not taking care of their stuff. So yeah, just part of it, I suppose. But anyway, thanks for coming with us once again. I know I've had to bulk this video out a bit, but we haven't been doing it much. We've been fishing and enjoying life. But yeah, just to let you know how we're getting on. Huge love. Thanks for coming with us once again. And the next time we see you, we'll probably be on our way up to Pocahontas, if not in Pocahontas.
Hopefully.
Yeah, this is so...
Mine too.
Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of Godforsaken Customs. As you can see, from Mount Robson Provincial Park today. Let's get round and look at it. Well, once again, we found somebody's lost dog just trying the campsite here, and this dog's running up and down the main road. Came out of the campsite to do so, so we ushered him back in thinking it was to do with the campsite, but nobody down here is claiming him. As you can tell, we can't keep us out of the mountains for too long. The company closed the mine in 1921 when it could no longer compete for a share of the coal market. And since then, the mine entrances have been closed and the buildings have either been moved away or destroyed. She says, "There's a bear down there." And, you know, it took a second to register